I have.
I have.
I have asthma.
But all asthma triggers aren't the same for everyone.
My triggers are dust, mold, and pollen.
Strenuous exercise.
Perfume and tobacco smoke.
Anxiety and stress.
To manage my asthma, I needed a plan.
I worked with a neurologist to identify my asthma triggers and found the best medications to prevent and control my symptoms.
As I got older, my asthma changed, so I talked to my doctor about adjusting my plan.
Partnering with my family and healthcare provider helps me manage my asthma and keep doing the things that I love. And now I can breathe much easier.
To learn more about managing asthma, visit doh.vi.gov.
Hey guys, did you know the 2020 census of the Virgin Islands is still happening?
Yes, they was just by my house yesterday.
I hear they really need our help counting the entire population of the Virgin Islands.
Because the information that you give to the census will help our community to receive federal funding over the next 10 years.
I'm not giving a man my personal information.
All your information is confidential.
And is protected by federal law.
Did you know the results will affect how much we receive in federal funding that can be used for schools, roads, healthcare, and so much more?
We're working hard to visit every home and interview every person in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
We comply with local health and CDC guidelines for your safety and ours.
They came to my house and I wasn't home, but they left a note. How do I make sure I'm counted?
You can call them and complete the census over the phone.
It's super quick and super easy. So do the right thing and complete the 2020 census of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
And be counted.
And on behalf of the Virgin Islands Department of Health, hold it down on all the mass gatherings. Wearing a mask not only protects you, but it protects your loved ones and your community. Help stop the spread of Rona.
Hey family, it's Reverend Jermaine Mully here. Every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m., join us as we take a dive and walk through this series, Messages of Hope.
Good evening. I'm DJ Slick, and most of you know me as the host of Aisle 95's Big Fat Morning Show. But this evening, I'm your guest host for episode 34 of The Press Box. Thank you for joining us. This is a break from us talking to you, an opportunity to talk with you. Joining me this evening are Ian Turnbull, Director of Division of Festivals, and Shamari Haynes, Assistant Director of Festivals, both from the Department of Tourism. Now, they're here today to discuss what people can expect for the 2020 Cruise and Christmas Festival. Director Turnbull and Assistant Director Haynes, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Now, I know you guys for a long time. I worked with you guys in tourism and events and stuff like that over the years. So even saying Director Turnbull or Assistant Director Haynes is funny because I'm always like Shamari, or Ian, it's always this family vibe that we get when we're doing festivals, when we're out there, and I would like to say, I could still see that in the division of festivals. I still see that family vibe, you know what I mean? And what is it like now that COVID is here? COVID-19 is here. Is it harder to kind of keep the family together, to keep everything going, as far as festival and everything?
Well, let me start by telling everyone, thank you for having us here in the Press Box. We're really excited about being here. We're really excited about putting on Crucian Christmas Festival. To answer your question, COVID is a disease that everyone is going through. Everybody is experiencing the same thing at the same time. So it brought humanity together. And so in that sense, it did the same thing within the Division of Festivals team. You know, we all got the news when we had to shut down, just like the rest of the world practically. And so we've made all the necessary, taken all the necessary steps to make sure that we look after our work family. You know, Shamari, you're doing good. How's everybody in your family? Felina, Wanda, you know, the team, made sure that everybody in the team is good. And again, we're a sub-team underneath the entire Department of Tourism, and that's a family as well. So, you know, COVID has just, you know, made us more aware of each other, and you know, every decision we make, we also consider that people are going through, mentally, people are going through a pandemic, and so you know, we need to be aggressive, but we need to be aggressive thinking about everyone.
Wonderful. Now, Shamari, 2019, 2020 festival was, you know, to me a very big success, you know, violence-free. A lot of people had fun, and you guys got in around October.
Yeah.
And you literally had like 2 months to pull it together. You got it together, and everybody was, you know, I want to say everybody was extremely, extremely excited. We were energized for Carnival in St. Thomas. And then COVID was lingering. We were hearing talks about COVID, and then it stepped in heavy. February, March, governor says shut down. What were you thinking?
My first thoughts were like, oh boy, here we go. But for me, it was just a learning experience, figuring out how we would have navigate between this virtual, you know, virtual energy, virtual vibe, and keeping some sense of normalcy. So it was a learning experience for me. That's why I looked at it as from Jump Street.
Tell me how long it took you to learn how to use Zoom.
I'm embarrassed to say. Actually, Zoom is easier for me to use than Microsoft Teams. Actually, I still
Teams.
trying to
Teams. Teams. Well, I haven't gotten it yet.
I'd be cool to be like, Liz, what's going on here? But I mean, it's something new.
So now the, you know, canceling of artists, plane tickets, hotel rooms, the logistics. I understand one event, one show is, you know, can be a big thing. What is it like trying to, because I don't think people really understand putting together the logistics when you have a band. If you say, for instance, you guys book Morgan Heritage, and this reggae band might have, you know, 50 moving parts from different parts of states and different things. So then it's like, you know, canceling plane tickets, moving people around, changing things around, putting things on hold. What was that like in, you know, in March, in April?
I can answer that. My gray hairs grew. You know, but to really dig deep with that one, you know, it was a learning experience as well, because I've never been in an opportunity where I had to cancel 30 people. I had to call every last artist and tell them, hey, we're not going to be, you know, we're not going to be bringing you. Of course, we know that it's the pandemic, so everybody easily obliged because nobody wanted to, you know, fly or travel. But it's a lot, and it goes back to the family theme that you brought up already. We have a team in tourism. And that team in tourism, everybody came together. We knew that we had to call. We also have volunteers that work with us. So these volunteers reach out to the artists as a preliminary, let them know what's happening. And then myself, Shamari or Halva, or, you know, any one of the other lead people on the team, we would then call the artist and say, listen, you have a contract with us. Your contract has terms. We're good with honoring our terms. You good with honoring the terms? We send them a actual amendment to tell them that we want to move forward with them in the future with business. Everybody's okay, so we move forward. And we did that literally. We did that really between the end of March to the beginning of April. Just knocked that out quickly and pivoted.
Saving a lot of good relationships.
Exactly.
You know, maintaining you know, a lot of connections throughout the entertainment industry. Now, now we're end of March. We've canceled the shows. COVID-19's heavy, you know, we can't find any masks. People are looking for masks and stuff like this. There's so much stuff. We're still chasing for lights, chasing around the place for Lysol, you know what I mean, and cleaning, and how close we should come to people, and how, you know what I'm saying. We're trying to work through all these different changes because, like you said before, no one really understands it. And there's the tourism family, but there's also the Turnbull family, the Haynes family, the Mitchell family, the people that are back home, and then still having to go out in the community, put together events. Now, St. John, I think I talked to you a few months before, and I was like, hey, is St. John happening? And he's like, listen, the earliest we're probably gonna have something is Crucian Christmas Festival.
Yep.
And now we're not having it.
Yeah.
So we're doing it virtually.
Correct.
Talk to me about that. Now, the virtual thing is definitely, I'm a nerd, so I love anything with tech, with numbers, statistics, everything. And through virtually, I think you guys can really see a lot more data, who's in tune, you know, these types of things. Tell me about, you know, the pros and cons of the virtual.
Pros of Crucian Christmas Festival being virtual, or just the territory carnival and festivals being virtual, is we have a broader reach. There are a lot of people who did not even know the Virgin Islands exist. So, you know, for example,
wow.
You have, yeah, that's always my same expression, right? Wow. So you have your friends on social media, maybe you would connect with someplace across the United States or, you know, beyond the United States. You share a live, they see the live, they share the live, so you immediately connect with a bunch of different people from across the globe, right? The good thing about the Division of Festivals and our festival and carnival being virtual is we actually have the opportunity to show our face to the world 3 times a year. You would have, let's say, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Martin. They have one carnival, they do it 1 time a year. If they cancel, then you just have to wait until next year. Yeah. You're seeing the US Virgin Islands 3 times a year, one after another, one after another. I think cons of things being virtual is you don't really have that interaction. This, you know, personally, this is gonna be the first festival in over 18 years I don't even know what festival is like. Like, I don't know what it is like to not have a festival, if that makes sense. I did
we have my whole life. Many times we've had hurricanes, and 3 months later we're having
happening.
So
Right.
COVID-19 is really bad.
Right, correct, exactly.
we can all attest to saying that COVID-19 is worse than a Category 5 hurricane at this point.
Correct. So, you know, cons for me, the biggest con for me is just that interaction, that norm. You know, you see people Christmas time that you don't see no other time of year.
Absolutely.
People come home once a year, you see them Christmas time. So just that interaction, for me personally, is the biggest con.
And to kind of piggyback off of what Shamari is alluding to, you know, the great thing that we have with the virtuals is that branding, man. Branding. The Virgin Islands is top of mind. Yep. You know, I remember when we did the first virtual, we got highlighted in Essence Magazine, Travel and Leisure Magazine, Lonely Planet.
So all of that is...
And that was without spending a dime. So we got about $2 million worth of earned media, PR value, another $1 million in advertising value, you know, 36 million, 34 million in impressions. So you know, we know it's virtual, but there's a method to it. We're not doing virtual out of you know, wanting to be the tech guys. We're doing it because you know, it's been working for us. You know, flights are up. We got Delta flights coming in to, you know, St. Croix daily. Okay. 2 Miami flights daily. So the airlines have now came back to us and said, hey, the Virgin Islands is moving, so we might as well give you guys more flights. That's results. And that did not happen, you know, for COVID to be happening, that, you know, we feel like the virtual is a direct, you know, that's a direct reflection from that.
So let me ask you this. So Crucian Christmas Festival, it's going to be streamed. 100%. It's going to be virtual 100%. We ain't getting a Juve. I have to ask you. I'm asking for a friend.
No, so we'll have a Juve, but we definitely won't have a Juve that would be inclusive of people coming out and actually being able to party and celebrate.
So, all right, so you guys are still putting on Crucian Christmas Festival?
Definitely.
Because I think people think that it's not happening. The thing is that they need to understand it's still happening and it's happening virtually.
Correct.
To keep everybody safe.
Correct.
Right.
Now, you guys got to be taking some some kind of, some kind of backlash for this. Like, you got to be getting.
And you know, Slick, I'm glad that you brought that up, because those are the real conversations that I like to have. You know, like we listen. We know that we know that people aren't fond of this idea of virtual. But you know, I have a mother, I have a father. When COVID came about, you know, I was terrified from losing my parents. I don't want that to be the scenario for anyone. You know, CDC guidelines, period. It's not something that I want. If it was up to me, I might still pull it out. You know what I'm saying? Without the CDC guidelines are the only thing that's tethering me and Shamari. Like, we would do it. Like, trust
we would. We don't have the conversation already.
I would be there helping. All right, so Crucian Christmas Festival. Talk to me. What's the lineup like? What can we expect to see? Will this be only local artists? Are we going across seas? You know, will Budgie Garland start, you know, broadcasting for Germany or something like that? Like, what can we expect to see in Crucian Christmas Festival?
So before we touch entertainment, I'd like to just more so speak to the events. Of course, you know, the formatting of certain things had to change. So we won't have a Miss St. Croix, we won't have a Prince and Princess, we won't have a Calypso show.
Say that again. So, because that really just hurt me. And I wasn't sure if you actually said it just now. I'm being serious. You said
will
we
not
will not have a.
Well, we won't be hosting a Miss St. Croix, a Prince and Princess Calypso show.
Oh, man,
I mean, it's heartbreaking. However, the pro in that is you actually allow the 2019-2020 royalty to have a full reign. You know, Miss St. Croix was unable to participate in the Children's Adults Parade in St. Thomas, same as the Prince and Princess. St. Thomas or St. John, they did not have the opportunity, right? So, you know, by allowing them a next year to reign, you know, they could, you know, put their platform out to the community, get a lot more engaged. Miss St. Croix platform, if I remember correctly, I think has something to do with mental health. You know, she cannot necessarily go out and reach the community per se because of COVID, right? However, we would be still, although we would not be hosting a traditional food and arts and crafts fair, we're going to be hosting a virtual culinary showcase. I still can't get a word virtual together because it's still resonate with me, right? After a year. But Lamar Ball would be the chef who would be, you know, presenting that aspect of it.
Wonderful.
Right?
All right, we're going to break. We'll be back in just a minute.
That you get a chance, you have to wash up your hands. Put on your mask, practice some distance, stop spread corona. Like it's Adamo. And on behalf of the Virgin Islands Department of Health, hold it down on all the mass gatherings. Wearing a mask not only protects you, but it protects your loved ones and your community. Like, help stop the spread corona.
Hey family, it's Reverend Jermaine Mully here. Every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m., join us as we take a dive and walk through this series, Messages of Hope.
Director Turnbull and Assistant Director Haynes. Now, tell me about this lineup for Virtual Carnival.
So we've partnered with the Crucian Cultural Group.
Yes.
The big entity in moving festival forward and also you know, reintroducing like old cultural events that took place in the town of Christiansted and are historic and traditional to Crucian culture. So last year they actually introduce or reintroduce the tree lighting in Limpridge Park. This year is going to be virtual, and that's going to take place on December 11th. On December 18th, we have a dialogue, Mokojumbi Masquerade with Willard John and Shalana Brown, and they're going to be speaking specifically to the art forms of Mokojumbi Masquerade. That same night, the Crucian Cultural Group would be hosting mobile lantern parade. So they reintroduced last year the night parade, and because there won't be a boat parade this year, they have more or less come together to, you know, bring this event to the people of St. Croix. I'm still very interested in seeing how it's gonna happen. But that's a pretty cool idea. December 23rd and 24th, we have partnered with WTJX to ensure that that 10 sleepless nights surrounded by Dr. Stanley Jacobs happen. I mean, that's something that's a must, right? And that's gonna take place Wednesday, December 23rd, and Thursday, December 24th. And then December 24th, we actually have a next dialogue with the Crujan Cultural Group. This one is entitled Then, There, and Now. So you're gonna see 4 Crujans from different generations that are going to speak to, you know, Crujan Christmas Festival, what it was then, why are we celebrating the things that we're celebrating now, and just to put like that educational piece in this whole virtual, you know, celebration. Right?
Absolutely. I think a lot of, especially since you guys have people, like you say, you have a lot of people watching, have people from all over.
Correct.
Give them some of our culture. Let them, you know.
Correct, and that was the thought process behind, you know, these dialogues. December 25th, Christmas night, we will be hosting the first virtual village night. And that's Christmas night, so that's gonna be a big thing. I mean, you know, traditionally Christmas people, you know, party in alignment, but because I'm pretty sure people are gonna be home, they have the opportunity to actually tune into the cultural night. And the highlight of that, of course, is Dr. Stanley Jacobs and the 10 Sleepless Nights. The 29th, we'll have that virtual culinary showcase with Chef Lamar Bao. December 30th, we have Juvortual, the Crujan Christmas Festival edition, which is gonna be pretty big. December 30th, also, we have Drive for Drive. I really itching to announce like what happening, but can't really.
Okay.
Can't put that out as yet.
Why not?
We want to roll it out.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, fine. I was just trying to see if I could get information.
December 31st, and we're gonna have a virtual exercise boot camp with Simone Weir. So she's a Crujan. She's coming back home, and she's big. She have a big Instagram following with over 500,000 followers. Right, that's a big thing.
Wow.
And that allows us the opportunity also to, you know, showcase St. Croix from a different point of view. The background, the scenery. I mean, that whole vibe is gonna be really, really nice.
I've been loving Department of Tourism's, you know, approach to even St. Croix. You know, it's a vibe, you know what I mean? I just love it. I love the marketing and branding for St. Croix on a whole, you know what I mean? So that getting added into festival too, you know, it's wonderful.
Because, I mean, one of the things that we've been trying to let people know is, you know, outside of us having the mandate of Poinan Festival and Carnival, we still have to market the island.
Yeah.
We still want to tell people, come to the territory, come to St. Croix, come to St. Thomas, come to St. John, right? And then January 1st, WTJX is just amazing.
Yes, they
I always scream out,
Hello,
hey, Tanya, I need your help.
Tanya.
So they've actually agreed to rerun the children and the adults parade from 2019.
Wow.
I think we're calling it the pre-COVID carnival or something.
What? Oh, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, to have that sense of normalcy somewhat, right? So that's going to take place.
PCP.
Correct. So hashtag and trademark that. So January 1st is going to be the rerun of the Children's Parade. And then that evening, we're going to actually have reggae night. That will be a big night also in the virtual lineup. Saturday, Saturday, January 2nd, we'll have the rerun of the 2019-2020 Adults Parade. And then that night, we would have our final virtual village night, Calypso night, and that's gonna feature local entertainment, the best of the best.
Okay, wonderful.
And then to wrap up the virtual, you know, this virtual celebration, January 6th, we're gonna be hosting a Crujan Rican Three Kings Day celebration live stream. And we've partnered with the Crujan Rican committee to ensure that you can't have Crujan Christmas Festival unless that's a part of it, right? So that's gonna be a big thing also.
What about pop-up events?
So I like to say this, and I said it this morning. We are fluid. We are not stationary.
Yeah.
Let's say in a happy world, you know, something changes, a guideline changes, and we could move. You know.
You're gonna make that move.
Definitely. We could move.
Definitely.
Tell me about 2021. What are we doing for 2021?
So 2021, we're already in the planning stages, of course, for, you know, potentially putting on something for St. Thomas. Of course, we're looking at entities like the NBA and these different entities to do things in a bubble.
Okay.
So there might be, we're looking strongly at trying to set up a bubble for St. Thomas. It will be a scale down, but we are definitely exploring those opportunities. And again, CDC guidelines and mandates all are the buffer.
Respect the federal government.
Respect the government.
Respect the federal government,
Yeah,
especially.
But again, the Division of Festivals, one of the great things that we've experienced from this virtual and with the Division of Festivals is that we are at the forefront. We are top of mind in the industry. Other Caribbean islands have even attempted to do what we're doing, and I'm not saying that they fell short, but they just haven't done it to the level that we've done it. So we know that we want to push the envelope. We want to be aggressive. We don't want to just sit down. And the fruits of the labor are coming through with the flights and with the reach and with the media buy, the earned media buy, and so forth. And that's what this is about. It's about branding St. Croix and not letting the name go from people's heads, and to visit the territory. We even, and I didn't mention this, but we're additionally, during the Crucian Christmas Festival, we're going to be giving away, we're going to do giveaways to actually, whether you're from here or you're an American, it doesn't matter. We're going to give away tickets for people to come and visit us. So this is we're going to see some direct returns and opportunities where we see, did this work? Did this opportunity really drive people home or whatever?
Okay, nice. Now, what's a bubble?
Explain a bubble.
A bubble. So, shout out to Calvert White. He again, being aggressive. He actually today, I just was looking online. He did a combine bubble for black basketball players, youth athletes. Putting them in a basketball court. Everybody got tested. Okay. Everybody wears their mask. So that's what I'm talking about, a bubble. So if we do, like, say, a Juve, we will do a Juve in a field, an enclosed field. Everybody would have to get tested. Everybody would have to wear masks. I'm pretty sure those masks will come off, but the hope is that at that juncture we'll be a lot better off in COVID.
Yeah.
So just that essentially is what the bubble is. The bubble is just a controlled environment where you're allowing the mass gathering, but these people have been tested. The Virgin Islands, again, with the protocols that Department of Tourism has put in place, we've been on top of that, and so we'll just implement those things within the Division of Festivals.
Okay, wonderful. Now talk to me. Now, are we getting like what can I say? Are we buzzing in Trinidad? Like, do you know? Like, are you getting family members down in Grenada, Antigua? Where are you getting that feedback? Are we trending in other Caribbean islands?
Definitely. I mean, we could tell just based off our social media platforms. They're following us. They're literally following us. Oh, wow. On Instagram, Antigua Festival or Carnival, following USVI Festival. So they're following us. And I'm pretty sure, the Virgin Islands is a melting pot. So we have all these St. Lucians, all these Dominicans, they're spreading the word and they're bringing their folks up. Somebody just sent us a message. They hope to see Asa Bantan.
Yep.
And they line up for festival. And I'm like, well, okay. So, I mean, they
want them in the virtual festival.
Yeah. Correct. But, wonderful. I mean, all these people who live here from all these different Caribbean islands, they want to see, representation of wherever they're from, right? So, I mean, we buzzing. That's without a doubt, we buzzing, without a doubt.
Wonderful.
I could brag about that, actually.
We're going to break in just a minute. We're going to be right back with Director Turnbull and Assistant Director Haynes.
Hey guys, did you know that 2020 census of the Virgin Islands is still happening?
Yes, they was just by my house yesterday.
I heard they really need our help counting the entire population of the Virgin Islands.
Because the information that you give to the census will help our community to receive federal funding over the next 10 years.
I'm not giving a man my personal information.
All your information is confidential.
And is protected by federal law.
Did you know the results will affect how much we receive in federal funding that can be used for schools, roads, healthcare, and so much more?
We're working hard to visit every home and interview every person in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
We comply with local health and CDC guidelines for your safety and ours.
They came to my house and I wasn't home, but they left a note. How do I make sure I'm counted?
You can call them and complete the census over the phone.
It's super quick and super easy. So do the right thing and complete the 2020 census of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
And be counted.
And we're back with the Press Box. I'm DJ Slick, Director Turnbull, Assistant Director Haynes. Man, there's so much been going on, a lot of information, a lot has changed, and but most importantly, we're going virtual and we're gonna keep pushing, we're gonna keep the culture alive. How do people log on? How do people follow the virtual? How do they subscribe? How do they can they get in our bubble?
So it's simple. You visit, us on Facebook at USVI Festivals. Same thing on Instagram. We are not on Twitter, but we should be. We are. We're going to be on YouTube. We're actually going to be streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. So look out for those two platforms. Of course, the website will also have it if you're not available to do it on the website. I just confirmed as I came here. We're going to the Cultural Night is going to be aired on 1620 AM and 103.5 FM. So that the people who do not have social media, I know that there's other constituency groups out here that want to take part, you'll be able to hear it on those channels as well, 1620 AM and 103.5. Shout out to Mr. P.
Shamari.
Yo.
Anybody you want to thank?
Definitely our sponsors. The sponsors for the virtual festival this year is Cruise and Rum, Vivo, Virgin Islands Port Authority, and First Bank. Outside of the sponsors who make things possible, I definitely have to give a huge shout out to the volunteers. Ganglight, they responsible for the Drive for Drive. Definitely can't forget the staff over at the Department of Tourism. And everybody else who, just the Crucian community. The Crucian community honestly has been providing a lot of support to the Division of Festivals, or I should say the Virgin Islands community, because, St. Thomas were virtual, St. John were virtual. So without you guys, it's just hard for us to put on this thing successfully. So, I'm really, really grateful. I'm pretty sure Ian is extremely grateful for the support from everyone.
And I'll be remiss if I don't give kudos to the governor, Albert Bryan, Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Roach, of course, our direct boss, Commissioner Joe Boshelty. Media One, shout out to Media One, shout out to Everyday Carnival. Shout out to you, Slick, for having us here. And again, like Shamari said, man, the people of St. Croix, the people of the Virgin Islands, without them, it's not possible. The team at Tourism, that team at Tourism is remarkable. We cannot do any of this.
SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, SEAL Team 6. They texted me on, I'm like, say this. So, much kudos to, Shamari Haynes, Halva Hart, Wanda, Felina, Daniel. I'm appreciative of the team that I have because, each of us, we have each other's back. I come in over here to St. Croix. Shema, you need me pick you up? What do you need? Yes. So it's love, it's family. And so we want everybody to come out to watch our virtual Crucian Christmas Festival. We know it's not the norm, but these are not normal times. But trust me, when this thing gone, it's going to be greater. It's going to be real mass.
I just want Shamari to tell me what's going to happen in Drive for Drive.
Man.
But he just doesn't want to let me know. I want to thank everybody for watching. See you guys next time, episode 35. Hopefully I'm still here. Keep it locked. It's the Press Box.
Tell me nothing.